Hey YouTube. Well, I just got off of work and I said I was gonna start making videos, so here I am. And today I'm gonna tell you about how I met my husband. And that's it. It's a long story, so I might have to make two videos because my battery is kind of low. But anyway, so his name is James Antoine Pigney, and I met him in high school back in 2005. He was a senior and I was a freshman. And when I met him, I hated him. Like, I didn't like him. And I had a boyfriend when I met him, so I was like, I wasn't really paying attention, like, on who he was or whatever. But when I met him, I remember I was sitting at lunch with my friends, and like, everybody knew him but me. Like, I wasn't like interested, I guess. I wasn't paying attention to him. And like, he came up to my friend and he was talking to her. No, actually, I was talking to her and he came and said something to my friend. And I looked at him, I gave him a look like, who are you? And when I gave him a look, I was like, anyways, just like this, like, anyways. And I started talking to my friend. And he was like, shut up. And I'm like, excuse me? And I gave him this look like, what the heck? Like, who are you? And I remember he was like, anyways, like, he started mocking me, and I'm like, who the heck is this kid? And he started talking to my friend, so my friend was like, I was like, like talking to him too. So I was like, anyways, I guess I'm talking to myself. So I was sitting at lunch just waiting for him to finish talking, and I was like, who the heck is this kid? So once he left, I told my friend, I'm like, oh my gosh, that guy is like an ass. I was like, I don't like this kid. And that was the first time I saw him. And then I saw his, after that, like, I started seeing his name on the paper, and I started like hearing girls talking about him and stuff, because he was a flirt. Like, he was like a hoe. So I was like, I was tired of hearing his name. And then like, he started like following me around school, and he was always waiting for me outside my classes, and I'm like, okay, what is this kid doing? Because I had a boyfriend, so I was being good, and I was like ignoring him. And he started like, the first, no, I remember he was like, I was like, what are you doing? Are you following me? He was like, no, my class is right in front of this one. And it was like a wrong class, like nobody, it was like an empty classroom or something. And I'm like, okay, sure. So he was like, do you want me to carry your books? And that's how we started talking. And I'm like, sure. And like, all the girls kind of like, not hated me, but they were like, just looking, giving me like dirty looks and stuff. So I kind of liked that, I'm not gonna lie. And that's why me and him started talking. But this is like the thing of the story. When I met him, he didn't tell me that he was gonna have another baby. Yep. And as soon as people like knew that me and him were talking, but when it was official that me and him were like dating, everybody was like, do you know he's gonna have a baby? So I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I was like, wow. I was like, okay. And like, he didn't tell me. So the same night, I call him and I'm like, I have a question for you. He was all like, yes, what's up? And I'm like, so, and so told me that you were having a baby. And he was like, um, yeah. And I'm like, so when were you gonna tell me? And he was like, oh, I was gonna tell you. And I'm like, when? So the thing is that me and him broke up. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be in the middle of this. So I was like, no, 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 I don't want any drama. So I broke up with him and I started talking to other people. Not right away, but you know, it was like acting like it didn't hurt me. But at the same time, like, I already liked this kid, and he was like stuck in my head. So I was like, I gotta move on. I gotta move on. And I was always out and talking to other people and stuff, and he was like still there. He was like, oh, you know, we can still be friends, because the lady or the girl, she's not a lady, the girl that he was having you know, his baby with, she didn't live nearby, so he was telling me that he wasn't with her and stuff like that. So I believe him, and me and him started talking again, but it wasn't like that. Like we were, I mean, we were talking, but we were trying to fall in love with each other, I guess, cause like, okay, he knew he was gonna have a baby, and at the same time, like I knew that being with him was gonna be like hard, knowing that he was gonna have a baby with somebody else, and that I'm jealous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a jealous girl, and I knew that I couldn't handle it. So me and him broke up like a billion times. Like it was on and off, on and off. And I remember when I was pregnant, I got pregnant like after being with him for like a year. I got pregnant with Joanna, my 3-year-old. She's almost 4. And when I got pregnant, like that's when everything, like all the drama started. This other girl, she was like hated me, like she hated me. I think she still hates me, but I hope not, because it's been so long and it's kind of pointless because me and this guy are married now. I don't think she hates me anymore, but you never know. So she, when she found out I was pregnant, like she went kind of psycho on him, and like me and him stopped talking. I don't know, like we just stopped, me and him just stopped talking. And then when my baby was born, like that's when me and him got back together. And then when Jorena was 7 months, we got married. I was 18 and he was 19. And my battery is low, so I'm gonna come back and tell you the rest later. I don't want to just start talking and then this thing is gonna like cut me off or something. So tell you the part 2 later. Stay tuned. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching you. Good night.